The Drago were pelting him with arrows. But he pelted them right back, knocking both of them over with his shout. He readied his soul trap and took the soul of a Draugr, which he immediately used to fuel his assault of the second. But not before he took the soul of that, too, rushing forward with wild abandon. He accidentally awoke another Draugr. He was shouted back, smacking his head against the concrete as he went. But he survived because he's the goddamn dragonborn. He would not survive without healing, however, and so he found a space to do just that. The Death Lord was nearly taken care of, and it was now the Death Overlord he faced in combat. He did not fear the Death Overlord. His paralytic poison would do all the work he needed it to. The Death Overlord was not long for this plane. So he readied its soul for capture, drew his bow, realized he was using god-awful Falmer arrows, switched to ebony, drew his bow once more, and fired! He looted the creature, and knew that the sanctuary was now clear. He could speak to Aola. He now realized that had he brought her with him, they would not have to go through the kerfuffle of going all the way back. But it was worth it for his peace and quiet. Awkwardly, he opened the stone door and prepared to shamble back through the entire establishment. He sensed Aola's presence nearby, though, and felt that she may be running up to meet him. He kept a sharp eye out so that he would not be startled later, but he knew that such a thing was inevitable. Up the steps he ran, just waiting to bump into the cannibal. But it didn't happen. She was walking at a leisurely pace.
The shrine is ours again. Now we need to prepare a grand feast to welcome you to Namira's coven. You will have the honor of bringing a fresh kill for the main course, and I know the perfect person.
Who is it?
A priest filled with the taste of an easy life, Brother Verilus from Markarth. Give him this gold. Tell him you need Arcae's help exploring an old cavern for treasure. And when he stands in Namira's presence, she will take care of the rest. Say hello to Verilus for me.
His grim task had now been given to him. He must prepare Verilus for the feast, with him as the main course. Right, you'll have to forgive me, I've not picked up this dusty tome in quite a while. But if I'm at the place I think I am, then we were going to a priest in order to eat him or something. Let's find out.
Good day, friend. Keeping well?
I have need of a priest in my travels.
You are looking for Arcae's protection while you delve some dank tomb, I take it? My duties keep me busy in Markarth. I don't know if I can help you.
There would be treasure to share.
You know, in the priesthood of Arcae, we have a joke about an empty pocket being better than a full grave.
You're coming with me. Now.
I think you need to calm down before I summon the guards.
I'm willing to pay.
That's no small amount of coin, friend. I suppose I can come with you for a short venture. Lead on.
Annoyed at having had to part with Sirius Pocket, Pix and Pooks nevertheless prepared for the journey back to the shrine of Namira. And while crossing the door, he pondered on Mephala. But then his mind was back with the task at hand. I'll skip a few pages as the journey is somewhat uneventful. And so the dragonborn came before the secret entrance to Reach Cliff, the shrine of the Daedric prince Namira. He opened the door and stepped through, thinking of nothing as he did. His mind was somewhat foggy. It is bright in this chamber. The priest of Arkay stood behind him, ready for adventure. Down the clean, well-lit tunnels they went, until they heard voices in the distance. Confidently, Pix and Pooks approached. He spoke to Iola, but Iola was busy.
I'm so glad Ayola invited you to dinner.
Priest of Arkay, I'm your friend.
You're my friend.
Yes, I'm your friend, and I've invited you to dinner.
I've been invited to dinner. I'm so hungry.
Why don't you lay down and rest while we get the meal ready?
I need to lay down. I'll just be a minute.
Come with me. Our feast is about to begin.
Pix and Pooks, feeling
I'm so glad Ayola invited you to dinner.
no small amount of
Ah, the new disciple. I hear you have quite the appetite.
feeling no small amount of moral horror at what he appeared to be quite complacent
The
in
meal
doing.
is on Namira's table. Go ahead, carve.
Realizing that he was about to do the single most horrible thing he had ever done in his life, Pix and Pooks took a moment to pause, reflect, and wonder if an arrow could probably carve a person.
He looks so sweet. Go ahead, have the first bite.
Pix and Pooks, nervously staring around and wondering just quite how he'd gotten himself into this crazy mess, sunk in his teeth. Nothing appeared to be happening.
Mortal, I am Namira, the Lady of Decay. Your consumption of the blood and bile of Arkay's own is pleasing to me. I give you my ring. Wear it, and when you feast on the flesh of the dead, I will grant you my power.
Thank you, my lady.
Wallow in your wretchedness, my newest champion.
I knew when you walked into the Hall of the Dead that you were special. I knew when you walked into the Hall of the Dead that you were special. And here you are, champion of Namira, keeper of her ring. You're everything I hoped you'd be.
I feel sick.
There. It will pass. Going too long without a proper meal can make the stomach weak. Feel free to stay and mingle with your new coven, if you have the strength.
As a matter of fact, Pix and Pooks felt he wanted to get out of here as quickly as possible. Though then again, it would be rude to just leave.
It's an honor, Keeper of the Ring. It's an honor, Keeper of the Ring.
Not that anybody had
Praise
much
you,
to say.
champion. Praise to you, champion.
I'm so glad Ayola invited you to dinner.
Wait. I know you.
One of my customers? Did you know I inherited the store from my late husband? Shame what happened to him. He had such good taste.
Indeed, it was Lisbeth, owner of Markarth's General Store. She looked paler in this light.
Namira spoke to you? I knew this feast was going to be something.
Wait. I know you too.
The bloodiest beef in the Reach.
Markarth's butcher, selling off humanoid meat and pretending it's beef.
Namira spoke to you? I knew this feast was going to be something.
You were given Namira's ring? A great honor.
Wait, I know you too, eater of invisible food.
You buy a war dog from me? There's a reason why my hounds are so eager to bite into people.
Namira spoke to you? I knew this feast was going to be something.
The people of Namira's
As
coven.
always, Ayola.
Thank you, Lisbeth. It's been such a joy to dine with you all these years.
The people of the coven of Namira were somewhat repetitive, and so Pix and Pooks felt the urge to leave. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The annals of one of the most sordid adventures of the Dragonborn. Pix and Pooks, feaster of flesh. And person who gets lost? No, here we go. Maybe. Indeed, he was going entirely the wrong way. One can only assume, from reading these old texts, that his mind was addled from having just eaten into someone which, I can assure you, he had not been planning on doing when he woke up that morning. And so, because the last couple of chapters of this book just sort of go on for a bit because he's wandering around in a daze,
Never miss a good meal.
I shall say goodbye and bid you welcome to the next adventure
It's an honor,
of our
Keeper the Ring.
cannibal Dragonborn.